Ryan Blaney wasn't happy when leaving Darlington last weekend, and who could blame him as his race was ended by an accident caused by an ambitious move from William Byron. And after the race, Blaney was sure to let Byron know how he thought about it. Let's recap what happened and what's next for the current Cup champion. Ryan Blaney finished last for the sixth time in his NASCAR Cup Series career in Sunday's Goodyear 400 at Darlington Raceway, when his #12 Menards Maytag Ford was removed due to the Damaged Vehicle Policy, DVP, after completing 129 of 293 laps. The early finish, which came in Blaney's 319th Series start, was his first of the season and first in a Cup Series race since June 25, 2023 at Nashville, 32 races ago. In the Cup Series last place rankings, it was the 9th under the DVP, the 32nd for the #12, and the 743rd for Ford. Across NASCAR's top 3 series, it was the 14th by way of DVP, the 50th for the #12, and the 1036th for Ford. This year, Blaney appears to be the lone exception to Ford's new Dark Horse Mustang's overall dismal performance. He came within 0.03 of a second of winning the 3-wide photo finish in Atlanta before finishing 3rd in Las Vegas and 5th in Phoenix. Daytona was his last finish lower than 19th until a difficult afternoon in Texas, and he returned brilliantly with a good 7th at Dover, where he led 47 laps. This placed him 6th in the overall standings going into Darlington. Blaney was not one of the teams running unique throwback designs for the Darlington race, instead wearing his standard bright yellow Menards scheme with the Maytag logo on the hood. The vehicle only showed mid-pack performance from the start, finishing 19th out of 36 entries in practice and qualifying 17th with a lap of 170.501 miles per hour, 28.84 seconds. But even though the car wasn't looking that great before starting the race, Ryan Blaney was poised for a strong finish Sunday at Darlington Raceway. But that collision with William Byron left the reigning NASCAR Cup champion furious and out of the race. Looking to gain track position, Blaney and Bubba Wallace stayed out as long as possible during the race's opening green flag run, which paid off as both finished the first stage in the top 10 due to fresher tires. The move put Blaney, who is still waiting for his first win of the 2024 season, in an excellent position to win, or at least have a good run. That all changed on lap 129 of 293, when Byron, in the bottom lane, became involved in a 3-wide situation with Martin Truex Jr. in the center, and Blaney on the outside. Byron looked to move up on Truex, who collided with Blaney's #12 Ford, which went into the wall. Truex and Chris Buescher also tagged the wall in the aftermath. The crash left a nasty taste for Blaney, and he looks to be holding a grudge in the coming weeks. This could be heard moments after the accident, which showed a completely different side from Blaney, who is mostly calm and collected, especially outside of the car. As Blaney expressed his dissatisfaction with Byron and Truex over the team radio shortly after the collision. "I'm gonna go kill both those motherfuckers is what I'm gonna do," he said. Asked what Byron should have done differently, Blaney was explicit with his answer. 1. Don't shove it 3 wide at a place you can't run 3 wide. If he wants to do that, fine, but your responsibility is to leave room. You have to leave room for the top 2 cars. You shoved the bottom of 3 wide. You have to leave space, and he was off the dotted line until we were already wrecking. He faded up and sandwiched Truex into me. We're as high as we can go. Blaney was so frustrated by the incident that he drove off pit road after making early adjustments to his car and went up the track into turn 1 as if he was going to run into Byron's number 24 Chevrolet with caution. Blaney veered to the left to avoid a collision, then returned to pit road after his crew notified him that the repair time limit had been over and his race was ended. "I'm not going to hit him. I'll save that for another time," Blaney said of the incident. "I almost did on accident, actually. I got on the apron and the toe link was busted. I almost actually hit him when I didn't mean to. I just wanted to show my displeasure, so we'll see where it goes. I just wanted to show that I wasn't happy. After watching the replay, I kind of deserve not to be happy. He used up some good track that I thought he didn't have to use up." Blaney finished last in the race. "It's an unfortunate end to our day," he stated. "I thought we could have learned some stuff today that could have helped us for the future, and hopefully we can still take from what we learned today and apply it later on." When asked about the confrontation with Blaney after the race, Byron indicated he didn't know what transpired. "I don't know. I felt like I was ahead of them. The exit is really narrow right there. I hate if I did come up a little bit. I was surprised I was even in that spot. I felt like I would never get to the bottom of a 3 wide there, but the lane was there into turn 1, and my car turned really good. I got almost clear of Martin, Truex Jr. And then yeah, I hate that it happened. I don't want to crash, especially that early in the race, so I didn't really expect that to happen. I probably could have given a little more room. It just gets really tight right there. Prior to the incident, Blaney was having a good day, placing 7th in the first stage. "I thought we got pretty good," Blaney said. "We came from not starting great and drove up there in the top 10 the first stage and finally got good pit stops and restarted 6th. I was ready to look forward to the second half of the race and never got a shot, and then the guy that causes it gets away scot-free. That's what normally happens. It's an unfortunate end to our day. I thought we could have learned some stuff today that could have helped us for the future, and hopefully, we can still take from what we learned today and apply it later on." What's your take on it? Could Blaney have finished high up if not for the crash? And was it all Byron's fault? One of the other drivers took some time to recap on the accident, and that driver was Denny Hamlin. Hamlin had a good look at it in real time, but he also had the luxury of a replay when it came to examining the William Byron, Martin Truex, and Ryan Blaney collision at Darlington Raceway on Sunday. Speaking on his podcast, Hamlin blamed Byron while also commenting on Blaney's well-documented rage. William Byron went 3 wide bottom, didn't hold his line, and shoved Truex into Blaney. "The end," Hamlin said. "Blaney lost his shit on the radio. That's a shocker. I think he needs some therapy. I've never seen anyone so quiet in person and so wild on the radio. Never. He is the epitome of when you strap on the helmet, it cuts the circulation off." Regardless, how did Hamlin see the entire affair, which the accompanying stack-up eventually accumulated in a big degree? It was Williams' responsibility to keep his car low, and if that means that he had to lift, then he should have lifted, Hamlin said. Again, he made just a very low percentage move, it just has a very low success rate of going down there and clearing. And if you don't clear, it's going to cause a huge stack-up off the corner. If it wasn't the 19 and the 12 that was going to wreck it was going to be us, the guys that were behind. Because I think I was right behind the 17. The 17 hit the 19, I hit the 17. It caused a lot of damage for our 11 car for sure. Having saying that, Hamlin does not share Blaney's rage. "It's just a racing thing," Hamlin said. "The 24 was definitely the one at fault, but it's not like Byron ran into someone and caused them to wreck. He just made a move that was inevitably going to end in a wreck." What are your thoughts on the accident? Was it Byron's fault? Should he have not attempted the move? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. So, what's next? The All-Star Tournament this weekend. 20 drivers will compete for a $1 million prize in Sunday night's demonstration race. However, with each new year of the All-Star Tournament comes a new format, along with a novel addition, various tire compositions. The 2024 All-Star Race will be 200 laps in North Wilkesboro's narrow confines. The non-points race will include breaks at laps 100 and 150, as well as a variety of tire alternatives. 17 drivers have qualified for the main event on Sunday night by winning points races in either the 2023 or 2024 Cup seasons, previous All-Star Race triumphs, or Cup titles. The top 2 finishers in the preliminary All-Star Open will fill 2 slots on the starting grid, with the remaining position going to the All-Star Fan Vote winner, who is the highest vote-getter who has not previously raced his way into the event. Goodyear will supply 3 different tire compositions for this weekend's on-track action: a basic prime tire, a softer option tire, and wet weather tires if Mother Nature requires it. Who are you backing in the race? Let me know in the comments down below.